The Jimmy Z Show.
Queen Latifah married 33 homosexual couples on television. I've had enough. I didn't watch the program. I knew it was coming because sometime Saturday I ran across an article that said it's going to be gay day at the Grammys. Homo night at the Grammys. I just bleeped a burp. I could sit here and think about it for a couple of minutes and come up with some commentary about how the music industry is promoting sin and depravity, but it's the same old thing. It just keeps escalating. There's nothing new here. It's the same thing that happened in Utah a couple of months ago, or maybe, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And in Utah, a judge decided that there was something wrong with Utah declaring that only a man and a woman could get married. And so that was unconstitutional. And now the Supreme Court is going to visit the issue. But I don't think they're going to... I'm way off on another topic here. All that was going on in Utah. And we've heard all the stuff about the bakeries that are being forced to make cakes for homosexual couples. Photographers are being forced to take pictures at homosexual weddings. It's all part of the same agenda. And I've said it many times. The agenda is anti-God. This whole thing last night on the Grammys was about attacking God and morality and believers. They really don't care. There was a woman on Facebook wrote something very wise, very insightful. She said, the left didn't care at all about marriage until they started marrying homosexuals. Now they're big proponents of marriage. Not because they care about marriage, but because they care about perverting marriage. Because the left cares about tearing down the family unit, destroying the nuclear family. That's what the left is about. I'm tempted, once again, to go back to 1963 and go through all of these goals of communism that were listed, that were read into the congressional record back in 1963. All those years ago, all of this stuff was predicted. And the entertainment industry, I'm talking about stage, I'm talking about movies, I'm talking about music. The entire entertainment industry is pushing homosexuality now. They're constantly pushing homosexuality. You can't watch a television show without seeing crap about homosexuals. Last night, I woke up around 2 in the morning. I had fallen asleep while I was watching something at, 11. And so I had 3 hours of sleep in, and now I'm awake. And I went to the computer, checked a couple of emails, and then went back to bed. And I turned on the oldies television channel. There's a couple of them I get. It's called Antenna TV. And they play Father Knows Best early in the morning. And, people laugh at that show. Father Knows Best. Ha ha. Yeah, it's so goofy. Morals, integrity. But it made me grieve. Just even forget the message, whatever the message is in Father Knows Best or any of the black and white television shows of the time. Forget the message. What made me grieve was television was not filled with garbage. There was sweetness. There was a family. And they cared about each other. Sure, there was squabbling between the siblings. The brother and the sister didn't like each other at times, but they cared about each other. I don't have to tell you. I don't have to go into all the reasons why television was different back in the late 50s and the early 60s. There's an article here at Newsbusters that kind of sums things up very well. Tim Graham is writing, they can say this is not a stunt, but that's exactly what it is. They actually said whoever was in charge of putting the show together said that it was not a stunt, having Queen Latifah come out and shout over all the cheers that these couples were married. I don't know what gave her the authority. I guess it really doesn't matter because any kind of false church, apostate church, could give her the authority to marry because they don't have any authority in the first place. They say this is not a stunt, but that's exactly what it is. A piece of musical theater to mock the traditional values of conservative American Christians, Jews, Muslims. I don't know why he felt like he had to include Muslims. And others. Entertainers never want to have a debate, just a series of arrogant statements with no opportunity for a conversation as they flush the Bible on national television. And of course, all of this was done to honor a song called Same Love, a big hit last year, and I think I talked about it on the show. Went through some of the lyrics, I think. I can't remember. But it's a big pro-homosexual marriage song by a hippity-hop duo that goes by the name of Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Huge, huge hit. I've never heard it. I heard bits and pieces because somebody sent me the link to watch the song on YouTube. But I never heard it on the radio. I don't listen to pop radio. Anyway, he quotes an article here. Mr. Lewis, the group's producer, said the weddings, quote, will be in our minds the ultimate statement of equality, that all the couples are entitled to the same exact thing. You see, this is all about attacking marriage and the traditional American family. The segment follows what Grammy organizers said was the show's long history of addressing timely social issues through music, like Elton John's duet in 2001 with Eminem. God. Who was then widely criticized as being homophobic. Yeah, that's a great team right there. Elton John and Eminem. I wonder if I can buy that record. We're serious about this, said Ken Ehrlich, the longtime producer of the Grammys, the producer of the television show. Yet, as part of a televised award show that works hard for its ratings, showbiz will also play a part in this sacrament. Queen Latifah will officiate, and now this article was written before the Grammy Awards, about a day before. Queen Latifah will officiate at the nuptials, and Madonna will join the number with Macklemore and Lewis and the song's featured vocalist Mary Lambert. Grammy, and you knew Madonna had to get involved. I'm surprised that Lady Gaga wasn't there, because they're so pro-gay. Oh, I love the gay people. I want them to get married because I'm a famous singer and I've got to be pro-gay for some stupid reason. Grammy organizers say they knew controversy might be inevitable, given those who oppose homosexual marriage or who might see the segment as trivializing a serious matter. No, it's not trivializing it at all. You're making a mockery of marriage in the first place, and you're doing it on national television during a music show, a show about the music industry, and you're using it to make this big gay statement. No, that's not trivializing anything. This is Neil Portnow, the president of the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences, which presents the Grammys. He was asked about the potential response. Quote, I expect that people with all kinds of opinions might voice them, and that's healthy. But he and Mr. Ehrlich strongly argued that the wedding segment is no stunt. This is a quote, we don't need to stoop to the level of trying to find gimmicks and sensationalistic approaches to what we do. God, that's exactly what you're doing, you lying scumbag. Mr. Ehrlich, who learned of Macklemore and Ryan Lewis's onstage proposals from his daughter, who is lesbian, that makes all the sense in the world. Of course, he's a big pro-gay guy. This hippity-hop guy, Macklemore, is very pro-gay because his daughter is a lesbian. Ehrlich said that the segment reflected his own personal beliefs. Oh, what a surprise. I can't believe that somebody in the music industry is actually doing a segment on the Grammys, marrying 33 homosexual couples, and he's also pro-gay himself. That's unbelievable. Of course he is. Of course he is. But he was quick to add, I would not want to make a broad statement that it represents the views of the Academy or the CBS television network. Look, Mr. Shuds, it is the viewpoint of CBS television. It is the viewpoint of the Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences. Of course it is, because it's the viewpoint of everyone in the entertainment industry. Even Smokey Robinson, who is a professed Christian, was at the Grammy Awards last night, and he was playing along, enjoying all of the adulation of his peers and of the media, and having a great time, and never said a word about, hey, I think they went too far this time. Not a word. You might think somewhere in that room, in the recording business, there would be a Christian who would stand up and say, no, you know what? I don't support this. Not one. And there's some Christians in there. There's Christians in the room. No one said a word. But the quote of the day is Neil Portnow, the president of the National Academy of Recording Arts and Sciences. We don't need to stoop to the level of trying to find gimmicks and sensationalistic approaches to what we do. Wow, man. What a load of crap. But hey, I've said it before, and I've sang it before, and I'll sing it again. Yeah, it's a homo world. Yeah, it's a homo world. Yeah, it's a homo world. I was informed on Facebook by a woman named Sue. No, not a boy named Sue. She said there was a Christian singer named, and I've never heard of this woman before, Natalie Grant, who left the show early, presumably because of the homosexual crapola. But she was confronted on Twitter by Instinct magazine. Instinct. Okay? Instinct. Their whole thing is that homosexuality is instinctual. So I guess they're animals, right? Because there is no instinct. We don't operate by instinct as human beings. We make conscious decisions. And these idiots are saying, no, we're animals. This is instinct. Dudes humping each other's sphincters is instinct. Anyway, they confronted her, and she responded directly to Instinct magazine. And she said, I absolutely never said that was why. In fact, I left before any of that ever happened, and I heard about it after the fact. So if she did leave because of the homosexual shenanigans, she's not standing up now and saying so. Why are people so freaking weak? Just say it. I'm a Christian. That goes against what I believe, so I'm not going to participate. I don't hate those people. I don't want to be a part of it any more than my husband and I would go to a party and we'd find out it was a swingers party and everybody is trading wives and husbands for a night of sex with someone you're not married to. We would leave. It's the same freaking thing. You people, if you people are going to celebrate homosexuality and pervert the institution of marriage, marriage that God created, marriage that God invented, marriage that God defines as being between a man and a woman, I'm leaving. Why can't you just say that? Why is that so freaking hard? I look forward to an occasion one day where I'm going to be tested, because I'm going to stand up and tell it like it is. And if somebody says, well, we're going to, like somebody on, it was Sam Whitfield on Facebook said, well, you know, he might lose his job. He might get fired. He might lose his prestige in the music business if Smokey Robinson spoke out against homosexual marriage at the Grammys. Now, he was not a presenter, and he was not a recipient of an award. He was simply there as a member of the music industry. And so he's walking around, and cameras are flashing, and microphones are in his face, and he's talking about the music industry and why he's there and how excited he is to be there. I saw some of this on television. And then Smokey Robinson goes to the after parties, and there's more media there. He had plenty of opportunities to speak out for what he believes, and he didn't, because he's weak. And so, too, apparently, is Natalie Grant, a Christian singer at the Grammys.
The Jimmy Z Show.